Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars, week 103, day 1. So of course today, we have ourselves some Brown Guild War Day, and we're gonna see how we do. Oh wait, is this a different Black Hand? My old guild used to be called Black Hand. Are they under different management now? I think this is a different one, I'm not sure. But anyways, that's funny that we're up against them today. Are we winning or losing? We are losing by a slight amount because we've done more battles and have lower points, which means, yeah, we're definitely behind a bit. Actually, we're in bracket 4 right now, and we're almost at the bottom of bracket 4, but not quite. As long as we don't make dead last, which looks very likely not to occur, we should be okay. Because then we just go back to bracket 5 and we're good to go. But definitely doesn't look like we're on track for number 1 in this bracket. I guess the best of the best is actually the best. Because they're doing pretty good in the bracket right now. But anyways, we're going to do Brown Guild War. Of course, we have the faction event for Primal Rift today. I still haven't covered the video. I really need to. However, apparently I won't have the teams for this. But these are pretty straightforward. As far as what you run for Pure Faction here. You run, let's see, what do we even have here? We are on Earth is Primal Rift. How does the alphabet work? There we go. But yeah, Pure Faction here, oh yeah, it's just, you literally just spam Alderfather. And then you let the first Alderfather die. And then after the first Alderfather dies, you summon a Trent there. You specifically want Trent, not Green Golem. And basically what this will end up doing is allowing you to just carry the entire thing with Trent. Trent gains armor and attack. And this thing creates a bunch of skulls. So you kill out your first slot, can be whatever you want. It doesn't matter what it could be, a 4th Alderfather, could be anything. But you kill out your first slot, it then becomes a Trent. That Trent then carries you, and then you'll win. It's pretty much Pure Faction here in a nutshell. As far as the actual teams, I believe we have access to Rowan, so you could just literally go Rowan Quick Kill or something similar. Because you have access to Leprechaun, Rowan, stuff like that. Thrall, if you want to do that in the later levels. All that good stuff. But anyways, let's go and start with Guild Wars first. I'm actually not sure what my current team is set as, but we'll see what it is and go from there. I believe it's a Chalcedony team if I had to guess. Because I'm pretty sure I would have switched to Chalcedony after Chalcedony shenanigans. Oh, maybe I did, but I never overwrit my actual team. That's interesting. I actually kind of do want to switch to Chalcedony though. This is a safe mana accumulation build. We could still roll with this. The damage is not the greatest though. But the big issue with Chalcedony, and probably why we weren't using it, was it has a very huge if it gets frozen issue. Like if that team gets frozen, we basically just die. And guess what they have? Elementalist with freeze. So yeah, we'll probably play it safe and just run it this way. Let me actually double check what my perks on Elementalist even are these days. As I may have tweaked it at some point. Yeah, an Explosion seems fine instead of Brown or Blue. We definitely don't want Blue here. Brown or Lightning Strike could be okay. And in this case, we're going for a little bit of Explode. And the only thing we're not using is Purple, so we get the +2/+2. And we're good to go. I don't think we need to change anything here. I'm set to 20% into 8 magic, which seems perfectly fine for this team. Let me just double check everything one last time. Let's see, it is indeed Brown Day. We do indeed have the correct metal set up. Okay, it looks good. Let's go do it. And this team should be okay. It's not like super high damage, but it's super safe if nothing else. Even though we could still very much lose if we're not careful. Well, let's see what happens. Anyways, hello everyone! Hope all you've been doing well. Hello, start from the top. Hello Tyrion, hello Clipbomb, hello Lester, hello Lisa. Hello, Ricardo, hello, Roman. Hello, Chad, hello, Genki. Hello, Isabel. Hello, JZG. Hello, hello, Sushi Ninja. Let's see. Hello, Monty. Hello, Dwight. Hello, what else hello to? Hello, Supernova, and hello, Vernos. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's go start with a yellow. Let's double check there's nothing else. Yes, we want to go for yellow. It's a lot of mana. He only has an explode. Oh, no, he does have a converter. But he's probably going to explode first, so we're just going to explode before he explodes and hope we get good value. We got okay value. He gave us an entire board, but we're frozen on brown, which is a bit of an issue. So I could just take that brown, but like right here, take this upwards. If I knew for sure he wouldn't get value, I probably would. The problem is he's getting value everywhere, so I'm just going to destroy and hope he doesn't get anything. He does. That's really bad. Mistralis is not currently frozen, so I can cast her out. Our weapon is also not frozen, but there's only 2 green left that it could even interact with. 4 hits. Okay, that's nice. I was going to say 3, but nope, we got an extra 1 in there. I can bait him out a skull. So this will hit him for a lot of damage. This also makes it so his Leprechaun has nothing to do. He's going to take a Skull, which we know. I could Angry Mob, but I can also Skull Poke. I'm tempted to Skull Poke because I want him to waste his Leprechaun. We can also put theoretically double purple off the sky. Oh no, he got value on the side there. But luckily, he can't do anything with that. We now destroy the board, and ideally we have everything we need to get rolling. A little short on mana. We're going to go for one more Explode. I can actually take a green to his Skull for a guaranteed kill there. However, I actually like him blocking mana there, so we're just going to leave it as is. Right on the Mistralis. Ooh, only one hit. Got lucky on the other one, not so lucky on that one. But we have extra turn alignment. It's already over. And he's dead. There we go. 1 down, 4 to go. Not too bad. Mana felt like it was a little low that time, despite the fact like our whole team can mana accumulate. Actually, is there a single thing on our team that can't mana accumulate? Because she does it through Shuffle and Enchant. You do it through full board clear, you do it through Explode, and you do it through full board clear, except you do Explode instead of Destroy. So yeah, pretty much our whole team. And by pretty much, I mean literally our whole team. The Mistralis technically doesn't on-turn mana accumulate, even though Jumble could. Because more so, she's doing the enchant, but that's like every time you pass your turn. That's still mana. We have to deal with Book, as you'd kind of expect on every Guild War day to ever exist, so that's scary. I don't think we need to change anything, though. I'm kind of happy with what we have here. Like, we don't need a stun, because the biggest issue with Elementals, too, if they're using that as their freezer, they haven't need to stun. So not much we could do with that unless they happen to not have it fully maxed. Which you never know, but we're pretty high up in the bracket, so generally everyone's going to have it max. They might not have max Book, but they'll likely have that too. But they'll definitely have max Hero. Like, there's a chance they might not have max Book, but they're all going to have, like, max Elementals. Which we'll have to worry about. So once again, we're frozen on brown. We do get value for taking extra turn, which is one thing we do have to keep in mind as well. Is we can take an extra turn simply for the Entangle and everything. However, I am tempted to just Explode here and hope we get lucky. Hey, we went for Siren. Not ideal, but we could work with this. We're still frozen. I could throw down another Disable if I want. I don't think I want it, though. We'll go destroy the board. We could theoretically get Skull Alignment if he lets us. We'll find out in several hours when he ends his turn. Let's see. We got an infinite loop problem here. Okay. Still winnable. Barely. I need you to cast. Like, right now. I'm gonna hope for brown off of Sky. Got it. Mistralis, you're still frozen. That's really bad. I need you to summon. Good. Now I need you to summon again. Bad. Mistralis, I need you to get unfrozen at any point this entire match, even for 1 turn. That'd be great. I want to take a 3 into a 3. So I think our best bet is to take this to the left, because we don't get any extra turn value anymore. Well, I guess technically the enchant, but we don't get, like, the elemental extra turn value. So you're how are you still frozen? Okay, you need a summon. Good. Now you need a summon. Twice. And Mistralis, can you stop being frozen? Okay, we got another one. Okay, that's still... Please, unfreeze. We have a chance if you could just unfreeze for half a second. Just 1 turn. You can go frozen the very next turn. Just 1 turn, I need you unfrozen. Okay, I also need you to summon once. I really need you to unfreeze, though. Ooh, we ran out of mana. And she's still frozen. I didn't realize freeze lasts for infinite turns now. There we go, finally. Alright, can we win? Okay, not enough hits, but still good enough. We'll do this. Okay, we got our team resummoned. Alright, we have a whole diverse team of just angry mob. That seems about right. That's a brown guild war in a nutshell right there. Sometimes red as well. I feel like it happens more often on brown. I would like to summon, please. Thank you. I would like another summon. Thank you. And I would like a singular skull. Not my turn yet. Oh, I'm entangled. No, I'm not. Never mind. And... Oh, wait. Never mind. I have to break barrier first. Regained barrier. I need you to resummon. Also, I need you to not randomly win off a book. That's still possible. We haven't won this yet. Book can decide to win on any turn it feels like it. I will take this over. It also keeps barrier spamming. Just getting in the way of us killing it. Do I have enough damage? No, I'm actually literally 1 damage short. I am somehow exact 1 damage short. Because we're about to do 35 to it. You know, I'm just going to do 35 and then destroy here. Oh no, but it regained barrier! Yes, it died to burn! He's got a burn kill. I was expecting to cleanse by then. But there we go. And that's how you win Brown Guild War Day. It's like Green Guild War Day, but instead of Weaver doing the same thing, it's this angry mob summoning a billion copies of himself. Also, what is that name? But that was fun. That's why you run Angry Mob on Brown and or Red Guild War Day. Yeah, I don't think we need to change anything else here. Really scary Skull Pressure, but this thing gets a resummon after, so we should be okay. Although then again, maybe not if you do the Elementalist stun. Is anyone not running Elementalist? I know, Angry Mob for the win. It's really scary. Also, hello, Red's Cozy Games. Welcome, welcome. Also, hello, the one, Enigmatic. Welcome, welcome. Do you ever get mad in Guild Wars? No, I pretty much never get mad under any circumstance ever. I pretty much never get mad. Not that I'm aware of. There are very few circumstances where I ever feel that emotion. Though I'm about to get hit on that, so we should probably just go for Angry Mob mana. You summoning there is actually a bad thing for once. I could damage pressure, but I might as well just destroy it all. Like, Web Spinner needs to die. But it's not such a high priority that it needs to die right now. I wish this wasn't blocking me on Brown, as that's a little bit in the way of what we need here. Had a double Cascade chance, didn't get what we needed. I guess we take red and hope for brown off the sky. We don't have a brown storm anymore, but it's still pretty likely. It didn't happen. I could take purple and try for the same, but at this point, I think we just go for destroy. Web Spinner's about to do his thing, but we actually don't mind that. He gets a kill, which is perfectly fine, because Angry Mob's just going to get value there. I can kill. We can also hope for a singular yellow off the sky, which seems pretty tempting. I did not get it. But we got the main kill we needed, which is good. And we hope for a green off the sky, and then we win. Okay, we have not gotten any sky gem we've needed this entire battle, but it should be okay here. He does something really scary out of nowhere. We just do that. A lot of damage. Convert here, and we won. I almost won. All right, now we won. Oh, no. Yeah, we have alignment. We won. There we go. You just, you're not mad. You just yelled in surprise and pain. Let's see. We got two more. Is anyone not running Elementalists anymore? This whole guild, literally everyone just Elementalists. I want to rope dart it so badly, but this isn't a day we can rope dart on. Didn't we just fight this exact team earlier too? A little scary. It depends what Siren does. If Siren just completely misses, it's not that bad. The issue is when Siren lands. He's also converting away a really useful color for us. Alright, we're not frozen on blue, so I can actually take that. Get another disable down. I think we take a brown. You know what? We could just Mistralis here. She's not frozen, for once. Finally! She's not frozen, so we can cast her for extra turn. I'm very tempted to take a brown here and hope for green off the sky. We also get the yellow Cascade for a little bit extra mana that we won't necessarily need, but who knows, it might come into play. Oh, we also got the green there. Didn't see that other one. We're not frozen on her, so I can just go for that. 1 mana short. So we just Ogress and hope we don't give him anything. Actually, does he have alignment right now? Yeah, he does. I have to do it. It's the only way to stop it, or at least attempt to stop it. Okay, so he did not actually turn. That's huge. We're still frozen, which is really bad. I'm tempted just to take my turn by taking the mana. Let's see what we get as our new board. Because I might have to be forced to take a 5 times brown. Oh no! Oh no! We're frozen on brown and red. Now we have a way to red extra turn, but I can't do it. If we had a way to yellow, that'd be good. We might just have to explode it all. We could go for another disable, but everything that can be disabled is already disabled, so we'd only be refreshing one that's already set. My book's starting to do book things. We still have skulls, so we'll take that. Skulls are not frozen, which is good right now. We are still very frozen on brown, however, I am very tempted to also just take one. The amount of value we get seems worth it, so we will. He's going to go crazy for a little bit here. Then we just explode out the board and see where that brings us. Brings us to an okay location if we could ever unfreeze on anything. Because the big issue now is Codex is just going to keep codexing. And doing standard Codex things. So we are curse stunned on Hero, right? I believe we are. Burning, frozen. That sure looks like a stun. I just want to double check. We should be stunned. Yeah, stun and tangle, yeah. Okay, so we want to take this brown then. And then explode the board. Actually, you know what? We actually want red here. Yeah, we take red. I obviously have to give him a lot of mana, which is not ideal. Oh, but then we're going to have to take red again. Yeah, I think we lose here to book. Because what's the alternative? He's going to get a lot of brown there. I could take the 5 times brown, but then he's just going to scope poke us. Oh, wait, he's scope poking for 0, though. That's fine. And then we explode. We can't possibly get enough red, though. There's not enough reds on the board for that to work. Siren gets a poke. Red would be the most vital one. Green, I guess we take for yellow extra turn. The skull doesn't really do much for us right now. I can explode, but the main mana I need is red right now. That's not going to get us that far. I can try for brown off of sky. Alright, we're going to just have to take brown here, hope for yellow off of sky, and see what we can do from there. Didn't get it. You having mana would be great. I might just have to explode and hope you get enough reds exploded. But that's not really necessarily going to work, because you get a lot less explodes right now. So I think I just have to pass my turn. He doesn't have any way to take brown right now. I was about to convert into a way where he can, but it doesn't actually immediately give him any mana yet. Even if I take this... Oh, no, it does give him mana if I do that. Let me take this one, then. I need to take a move where he won't get brown if I do the convert. Or if he does the convert, I mean. Alright, so we take a death here. Well, welcome back to Angry Mob wins entire fight, round 2. He's going to convert, get no value unless he somehow gets the most perfect brown, green, brown, which would be the worst thing ever, or some combination of such. Good, it didn't happen. Alright, so now I just need you to summon a billion times in a row while also extra turning. If you just do that, that'd be great. Alright, no summon, that's bad. No extra turn, that's bad, we're dead. You had one of 2 things you could have done. You've done neither. Oh no. I lost one. Let's go again. Let me guess, same team? No, different team. This time with Sphinx? Interesting. What was there before? Oh, that's way weaker. Because now he doesn't have the green to brown convert. Yeah, this is way weaker. I'm not sure why the other one's running it with Sphinx. I guess because they wanted Impervious. Because that does have Impervious. I definitely feel like a green to brown does way more value than Impervious is going to do in that situation. I did not get the brown from Sky. He's going to go crazy with Siren. And now Book's going to instantly kill us. Gosh, the most annoying thing in Guild Wars for sure is good old Book. They're so devastating. Like on some days you have ways to deal with it. I don't feel like brown has too many options because brown's really mana accumulation heavy. And then Book just obliterates it down. Still winnable, though very, very unlikely at this point. He's Book's gonna go again, kill hero, go again, kill our last possible option to win. Yeah, it's already dead. Well, you got this, Mr. Alice. You're frozen and everything, but you got this. Let's see if we can at least get 1 kill. What's our best bet here? Probably take brown vertically. He's gonna shuffle. I'll take a blue and hope for double red off the sky. Didn't get it. And does he get a skull here? He does not. So does he have Book? No. He also does not have enough damage to kill barely. Oh, I'm untangled though. Doesn't matter. I'll just take the skull, throw this, and see where that brings us. And then we'll throw that down. Lose our turn. Give him the shuffle. And... you're gonna die to burn next turn. I at least want you to survive to that point. Let's see. I can't take the yellow. You know, I am actually gonna take the yellow, though. And we die to burn. Alright, they got us. Both the 2 variants. One with Sphinx, the other one with, Actually, is that the only battle we lost to? Yeah. Well, then again, that was like the 4th time we battled that exact same team, though. But yeah, the 2 different variants of it. The Sphinx one and the Empower one. The Empower one still felt way stronger, though. I guess the Sphinx was just to make sure it wouldn't get disabled by anything like Entangle Freeze or any of that. Because if you're hoping for like that random freeze, it's one less thing that could possibly land. But yeah, double loss. Same slot as well. Though not the same battle specifically. Kind of same team, but not exact same team. That happens sometimes. Anti-Book equals Uller. Uller. Why do I forget what he does? Uller. Eliminates a bunch of attack from the first 2 enemies. Magic from the last 2 enemies. And drain all mana from the 2 strongest enemies. Oh, yeah, that would actually drain mana from Book. Because Book and their first slot, or assuming they're running the green to brown converter, would be their 2 highest durabilities. Because Hero would have higher than everything else, except their first slot, which would gain HP off the Empower ability. So it would mana drain their first slot and book if you use this, while also lowering their attack sum. That's interesting. It'd be annoying to have to feed them, though, and build a whole team around it just to do that. Because we can't 50% start it off of Divine. Well, for one, it doesn't even have it, but also because the coloration. At least not on Brown Day, anyways. On Purple Day, you could. Fae, we can't. So you'd have to start with 20%, and we'd have to feed him a lot of mana. It could theoretically work, though. If we really wanted to try hard countering in that way, we could. Because, yeah, that would mana drain book. But then also, what if they have immune to mana drain? What if they get blessed from something? Well, we'd know that ahead of time, though. Yeah, theoretically, that could work, because it's going to mana drain first slot and book, realistically. Because first slot will have strongest because the brown converter. The one that does green to brown and gives HP to first slot. And then book will be the second one, because hero has the highest durability in the game, even of any mythic. Ah, there we go. Oh, that was an okay Guild War. Not the greatest, but you know what is the greatest? Look at our things that we have today. We got 100 gems and the double Imperial with 9 of the red deeds. So let's go get these real quick. Of course, we'll use Magnesia. Good old Magnesia. You barely won all of them. Yeah, that tends to be the way that a lot of Guild Wars go against book. Like, you can barely scrape through sometimes, unless you get, like, that really early lead. Is the only time they tend to get crushed. Because book teams tend to fall apart once you get ahead of them. The problem is when you fall behind them. Like, that's the reason why Life and Death Weaver for the longest time has been used. It's because if you fall behind the curve, you just auto-lose. And sometimes the starting board's just like that, your first few boards. It just happens sometimes. And book is very similar. Except when you fall behind, there's, like, no redemption. You're just kind of dead. Because it's mana draining you every turn. Oh, we got some really good loot off Daily Adventure board. After this, we'll go do the faction. It's green-brown, was it? No, it was green-purple. So we have access to Leprechaun, Thrall, Rowan, stuff like that. Some pretty good options. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to 50% mana start her, do we? Why do I always keep forgetting what our other 50% mana start is? Because Mirage Queen's not the only one. There's another one. I forget what colors it is, though. It's that one Fae 50% thing. When I said when it came out, it'd probably be pretty viable, and then I almost, like, never used it since. No, it is true that it is pretty viable. It's just very situational when you would use it instead of Mirage Queen. There's just so much Mirage Queen does. It's also, like, one of the best cursors in the game, which is a really good benefit. So what are you doing actually getting a kill? I'm not used to running this team. Oh, never mind. This is our... I thought this was a pet battle for a second. I was going to say, that's why their durability is a little bit higher. I thought that was tribute for a second. It was nuts. I was going to go get our 100 gems. We're going to need that for the Dragonite. Oh, yeah, we need to go do a dungeon run. Also, hello, Gerudo, by the way. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. We'll throw that down. What do we need? We'll take the skull there. Get our... We have not landed a single thing from Sky all stream. We've tried at least 8 times now. And while the odds are pretty low in a lot of situations, like, it's technically less than 1 in 7, even when they're, especially if the storm's against you. It could be closer to, like, a 1 in 9 or a 1 in 10. But still, every time we've tried for it this stream, we've not hit a single one. Did you miss the dungeons? Nope, we're about to do them in actually about a minute from now. Also, hello, David. But nope, we're about to do it as soon as we finish out these tasks. Because that's what these 100 gems are going towards. Immediately going straight into Dragonite. Just gotta kill these out first. They do really just survive with 1 HP. The worst comes to worst, it would have died to burn there. We'll kill a skull. Oh, that's a little bit annoying. It's doing the 50% spell reduction troop up front again. Worst comes to worst, we can kill with a Mirage Queen cast, which is what we're gonna have to do. Because, you know what, let me go for a preemptive skull, because we already know he's gonna try to survive. Oh, Darksmith Yvandra as well. I mean, not Darksmith Yvandra, I mean, Darksmith Drenza. I just combined 2 different troops' names. Whoops. Oh, there we go. Alright, all useful tasks are done. Alright, let me go do dungeons. Before we go take it, let me go grab the Dragonite. Also, if I'm not mistaken, if we get a perfect tonight, we'll have it tomorrow. Tomorrow night, because how much Dragonite are we short? Yeah, we'd get like 80 something. So we'd be ever so slightly short. But that means if we get a perfect right now, or tomorrow, we'll open the egg tomorrow night. Otherwise, it'll be on Thursday. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Did we get a patch today? I assume not. Someone would have probably mentioned it by now. I forgot to kind of check it. But it is a Guild War week, which makes it less likely we'll get a patch. And we're 25 minutes in and no one has mentioned it, so I assume we have not gotten one. I almost forgot about that. But yeah, realistically, it's next Tuesday or the following Tuesday after that. No official date, but one of those two is exceedingly likely. Anyways, let's go do dungeons and immediately lose in one click. It called it. Honestly, can we get points for immediately figuring out where the trap is? Because I'm really good at clicking the traps. Alright, let's go clear through these. So we're just poisoned. That does basically nothing. Oh wait, what's the other one? Jinx, that also does literally nothing. We have two things that do nothing. That's good to see. Though, still no perfect. But if we get a perfect tomorrow night, we'll open the Dragon Egg tomorrow night. Otherwise, we'll have to wait till Thursday night. Oh, did he just get a revive? That's unfortunate. We don't have alignment to kill it either. Which is not ideal. Just kind of waiting until some stuff moves and we can just kind of poke it. Oh, I'll take that over. Please, any skull? Thank you. You got your first perfect run today? Nice, congrats. Great to hear. I will at some point. We'll have to hand out an extra code for whenever we actually get perfect run. At this point, it might take us longer to get a perfect run than it took us to go get, what's his name? Horde Mimic. Because Horde Mimic took us, like, what? A little over a month and a half? We're, like, what, 2-ish weeks in and still have not seen a single perfect? It's getting up there. Obviously, it's not all the way there yet, but the number is definitely getting kind of high. Oh, yeah, we also still need to cover a video on this guy, the Emerald Rune. Honestly, he was kind of cool. I still feel like purple or brown one could kind of be even better. But the green one was really solid. The kind of synergies you could do with it. Anyways, that's dungeons for the day there. Let's go now into doing the faction. But before we do it, let's go hand out a code. Let's go hand out a redeem code, and then we'll probably do faction for the rest of the stream. Oh, I only have one code left here. Luckily, I still have more. Kafka did send me more. I just haven't updated them in the list. However, I'm going to put this in the chat. The other computer's been really slow lately, even after I restart it. Let me just put it here. Loading. 1 second. Oh, it's literally trying to crash. 1 second. It'll get there. Almost there. I clicked it, though it hasn't updated yet. The computer's still thinking. Any second now. And I can't even type it manually because I've put it on my copy paste and I can't see it anymore, but there we go. Now it is there. There you guys go. Oh, yeah, let me go claim it myself as well. Let's see. I always forget about that. Because whenever I post it there like that, I actually need to still go claim it, don't I? I will go to gemsofwar.com. Go copy it from our chats. Copy. Put it over in the redeem code section. Put in whatever your invite code is. Oh, I forgot the E button doesn't work. Put the other thing in there, the code, and we're good to go. And now we should have in our inventory 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. There you guys go. Unusable on PC mobile version of the game. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Anyways, let's go mess with factions. So, of course, we got green, brown. Green, brown, pretty straightforward. Or, sorry, green, purple. I keep saying a different color every time with green. So, we're probably just going for, like, a Rowan build. It's kind of standard Rowan. Maybe even double Rowan, actually, based on what we can run. Oh, no, we could double Leprechaun. We could put our Thrall in there. Well, we don't need heroes, so yeah, we could. Like a Thrall, double, we're going a bit weird this time. There's no reason not to, since we can't go the other mana accumulator. Go Leprechaun. And should be good to go. What was that one Fae thing again? A 50% mana start Fae troop. Why do I forget its name? I cannot remember its name for whatever reason. So we want... actually, I'll probably just go standard Rowan banner. Actually, no. Yeah. I know, I kind of want +2 purple. But then we don't have enough blue. So I need like a +2 blue, +1 purple. Like the inverse of that. Or Baron. Oh, that's what I needed. Perfect. That's the exact banner I need. The Black Heart. A Baron. Baron. That's wrong letter. A Baron. King Oberon. Oh yeah, we could go King Oberon. Let's go King Oberon. There we go. Standard build, except no hero there. Actually, you know what? I might as well put Archer now. If we're gonna run it that way, we might as well run the extra turn Archer then. Yeah, King Oberon. Why do I always forget he exists? Like, I know he's there, but compared to Mirage Queen, I almost always forget his existence. And he does have some coloration that makes him usable. This is like one of those few situations where he's actually usable. Please click the right one. There we go. And there's our banner. Oh, I do need hero there. It doesn't really matter what we have, though. How about some... I don't know, what's a brown weapon that isn't useless? Or really anything that isn't that coloration. I guess it's a Black Manicore or something. Could go Arceus Shield. For the most part, doesn't really matter what we put there. Alright, that's the build then. Black Manicore, Ruin, Leprechaun, King Oberon. And Archer's mostly just there for Greenstorm. It makes it more likely we'll actually turn when clicking Leprechaun. And that's the build. Your final Mimic. Oh wait, did you finally get the Horde Mimic? Or were you opening a bunch to try to get a one for every kingdom? Because I haven't actually done that yet. Like, try to get one for every kingdom, then open them all at once. It would take a while to do that. Haven't you done that a couple times now? Yeah, that's what I was saying. A Mimic for every kingdom. I might need to try it at some point. It takes a lot of setup, though. It also requires doing every kingdom. However, one thing we did last night, we got level 16 all kingdoms. So it is actually possible to. Did you watch the Nintendo Direct? Oh yeah, I did watch it a little bit after it went live. I watched it while I was eating lunch. But, yeah, some pretty good stuff in there. I hope Pikmin 4 has online multiplayer. That's one thing that's been a big issue with Pikmin, is if you don't have like a local co-op partner, there isn't much to do once you finish the game, and it's a relatively short game. But the gameplay for it would be really good for a multiplayer experience. And while it will still primarily probably be a single-player campaign, it really needs an online mode. Like, I'd probably not get it if it doesn't have an online mode, because it needs one so badly. Pikmin 3 desperately needed it. Because the funnest modes Pikmin generally has require someone to play it with, but it has never, in the history of the series, had an online mode. But Pikmin 4 hopefully will. I can't remember what else was really got my attention. I guess Octopath Traveler 2. I still haven't played Octopath Traveler 1. Though we might do that, where we play Octopath Traveler 1 then go to 2. Or something similar. Because I already own Octopath Traveler 1. I've just never played it yet. It's on the back burner of billion games I meant to play that I will at some point that haven't played yet. It is one of those many games. Main issue being of why I haven't played it is knowing the type of game it is. It's a long game to get invested into. Like, it'll probably take like 50 plus hours. It's not like something we could do in like a single stream or two. Like, that's like a whole week kind of commitment if we're gonna bother doing that. Oh yeah, Fire Emblem Engage seemed interesting. Not much info was really given, though. We had a new Fire Emblem game. We'll probably end up getting it whenever it comes out. I believe most of that stuff was next year, though. Like, almost everything they announced was not for this year. And then Bayonetta 3 and, like, maybe something else. Still not sure if we're doing Bayonetta 3. I've never actually tried any of the Bayonetta games. It comes out for Halloween, so it'd be a good Halloween streaming game, if nothing else. It comes out like 3 days before Halloween. Which means those 3 days we could probably finish the whole game. Because I highly doubt it has that much content. You could probably start it the day it comes out and then finish it by Halloween night. Oh yeah, Retro Pokemon Stadium. If I could ever get mine working, we could just do it off of that as well. Though I might have to try it through the online subscription thingy. You need like the super subscription to do it, is the only problem with it. Like the base subscription isn't enough for it. And I already technically have a copy of it here, I just would need to get it working on original hardware. It just wouldn't have any multiplayer, obviously. If it even has multiplayer compatibility, I'm not sure if it does. And even if it does, I highly doubt too many people will be playing Pokemon Stadium 1 or 2 multiplayer. That's a very ancient meta. Also, Pokemon Stadium 1's meta is probably the most broken thing to ever exist. Because Gen 1 Pokemon had literally 0 balance. Like, it had a negative amount of balance. Missing No is the best in Gen 1. I think the funniest thing with Gen 1 is your crit chance was based on your speed. So not only were quick things good because they outsped things, they were also good because their crit rate were absurd. What about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? They didn't really show much about it. I'm not sure. I'm definitely not the kind of person who plays every Zelda game. Actually, now that I think about it, what was the last Zelda game I've even played? Because it's been a while. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've played a single Zelda game since the GameCube era. Because I believe the most recent Zelda game I've played, because I still haven't played Breath of the Wild yet, something we'll need to do. Well, not counting Age of Calamity. Age of Calamity doesn't count. Well, it kind of counts, but also doesn't count. But not counting Age of Calamity, which is more of a spin-off Zelda game than like a mainline one. Even though its story is technically connected, but also not connected. But, not counting Age of Calamity, the most recent one I played was Wind Waker. Not the HD remake, but the original one on the GameCube. And that came out in like 2002, I want to say. Wind Waker release date. Yeah, 2010. Hey, I guessed it correctly. Look at that. I have some amount of memory. I have memory of such the weirdest things. But yeah, it came out in 2002, so I got it correctly. I would have been 8 years old when I played it. I never completed it. There's some really confusing puzzles for an 8-year-old in that game. It was a good game, though. I wouldn't say it's the best Zelda game. Honestly, I still feel like Ocarina of Time, from an overall perspective, is one of the best Zelda games still to this day. I haven't tried Breath of the Wild, so we'll need to at some point. It's once again a situation of I own the game, I just never had the time to play it. We need to at some point. It won Game of the Year as well in 2017, I think, or 2018? I think it was 2017, I can't remember. But it did win the Game of the Year. What faction level are we even up to right now? Level 40. Oh, we only went through 2. I felt like we went a little bit deeper than that. I think the most broken thing about Gen 1 Pokemon was probably Snorlax. It just never died. And Chansey. Snorlax, Chansey, and there's something with really quick speed that was annoying. I think it was Tauros or something. That had like really good coverage while also having absurd speed. And Mewtwo. Well, that technically doesn't count since it's a legendary. I can't remember if you even could use the legendaries in Stadium 1. Though, one thing I do remember from Stadium 1 and 2, I have 2 fond memories of it, and it's not even like the base game. The 2 fond memories I have of it were all the minigames they had, because there were some really fun minigames in them. But the other one was, you could play your Game Boy games on the big screen, like on your TV. It was like the first time they ever implemented a system like that. It's kind of like how the Switch is now, like, you know, you just put it into a dock and then you get to play it on TV. It was the first time they ever did that. We actually showed it earlier, just like when we did the opening the other month of all of our retro stuff. But basically, there was a cartridge thing you put in the back of the N64's controller, and then you put the Game Boy Color game into the pack, and then you get to play the game on the big screen. And saves all your data and all your progress and everything. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And it was, to my understanding, was the first time they ever had a system like that, where you could play your handheld game on the TV, which for the time was pretty revolutionary. And now it's pretty standard. Though I am curious if the PlayStation 6 or whatever on Earth Xbox does next will have any kind of portability feature. Because those are still consoles that are kind of locked down. And now PC and Switch are kind of pretty mobile now. Because all like the third-party things and Steam making their own portable PCs. So the only thing that really hasn't gotten portable now are the PlayStations and the Xboxes. Since phones are by default already portable. Anything worth forging in SoulForge this week? Oh yeah, I really need to go cover that video already. The short synopsis is... no, but there was one singular thing. Like, all the mythics weren't really worth it unless you just want them. And there was one singular weapon, and that singular weapon was Elemental Bow, if I could find where it is, yeah. Elemental Bow is the only thing in the entire SoulForge worth getting. It's a blue-green gem creator that boosts based on Elemental. Elementals are ridiculous, especially with Elementalists. Not to mention this synergizes really well with Mirage Queen, which will be on every pure Elemental team to begin with, because it's creating blue that feeds into Mirage Queen, and it creates green, which you need for your skulls, for your Doom Skull Convert. But yeah, if you're going to get anything this week, get Elemental Bow. Aside from that, it's mostly just completionist stuff, if you want to pick them up. Yeah, Elemental Bow is pretty much the only good SoulForge thing. Hello, Stode. Welcome, welcome. If anyone else has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. Actually, that should be enough damage. Ow! I just stabbed my toe. Gosh, I need to stop hitting my toes. I think I, like, literally broke the bone in that one toe the other day as well. Because the toe doesn't move anymore. Luckily, it's the toe that you would care the least about actually moving. Because it's the second one from the pinky toe. Or, you know, the first one from the pinky toe, whatever you'd call it. It's your second toe to the left on your left foot. Whatever that toe is called. Like, it's the least consequential toe that barely even moves to begin with. But I actually jabbed it so hard that it doesn't even move anymore. Like, I can still feel it. And stuff like that. Like, it's not problematically broken. But, like, it doesn't move. Like, I tried doing it with my right foot. It's like, oh yeah, it's moving some. And I do it on my left foot. It's like, oh, no movement. It doesn't hurt or anything, though. It just doesn't function anymore. Though it's, like, the least useful full toe to have functioning, though. Like, if that was your big toe or something, that'd be slightly problematic. But, like, probably the least consequential toe that could ever happen to. That would be awful if that ever happened to a finger, though. Though it's a lot harder to, like, jab a finger in such a way that would, like, break forever. That'd be exceedingly problematic if it ever did, though. I almost feel like getting slippers again just to protect them. I used to wear slippers a lot back when I was in my, I want to say like early teens. And then I like never wore them again. But I had like a slipper phase where like a couple years I would wear slippers like around the house for everything. And then I like never wore them again. I have no problems, dude. You're binging Cyberpunk 2077 on Netflix? Wait, did they make a series out of it? Did they make steel toe slippers? Honestly, even just normal slippers would help you not to jab your toes. Because they're pretty soft. The average slipper is very fluffy. Oh, so I just realized I'm not even running armor right now, am I? There we go. I even have one set up for it, I'm not even running it. Give me that armor. What's up, Logic Slayer? Welcome, welcome. Alright, there's the Vow Raven we need. Make sure that does not run away. Exceedingly important it does not go. There, we got it. Not like there's much of a chance, but you never know. Yeah, they were doing a few more farm games. And if I'm not mistaken, the Seasons one is the ones that used to make Harvest Moon. Though, honestly, they haven't been as good as original Harvest Moon. Ever since the company had to change slightly, like their management and a few other things with them, they've never been the same. The same thing happened to Mario Party series, though they didn't announce anything for that series. But the Harvest Moon series that's now known as Story of Seasons, as well as the Mario Party series, ever since the company had to like reorganize, they've never been the same, the games from them. So hello, Andrew. Welcome, welcome. Like, they definitely went downhill, both the two companies. They're two different companies. Because I really, once we get everything working, I need to play, like, the GameCube Harvest Moon. Because I believe that was, like, one of the first few I played. And it was pretty solid. Like, they just have a different feel compared to the more modern ones that they make. I feel like a lot of the more modern ones get, like, too anime-like looking. Oh, that does no damage. Why did I think that would do AoE? I was thinking of the elf one. So I wonder where we're getting our next 50% mana star for Gems of War. We'll probably know that info in a week or two when we get the patch. Because right now, we cannot see that far at all. Like, if I go to Terran's World right now... let's see... Terran's World... We go to Terran's World. We can see forward, like... I don't know, actually we can see forward a little bit now. Hold up. Why is this so much more updated compared to before? We haven't had a patch yet. Anyways, 50% mana start. 50%. Any 50% mana starts? Any new ones? Nope. We're not getting another one in another month or within the next month. They all look like stone skins or soul gains. Yep, nope. Not yet. What 50% do we still really need? I would love to see Daemon 50%. If they even do it, because a Divine, for whatever reason, have 40%. So I wonder if they would also make Daemons 40% just to keep it even. I don't feel like Daemons with 50% would become viable, though, but they definitely need it. Like, they need the 50%, but I don't feel like they'll be used much more with the 50%. But there's just so many Daemons that could gain a benefit from it, so who knows? Could potentially be enough to push it over the edge. Oh yeah, Goblin should never get 50%. Could you imagine? That will be a really funny day if it ever happens. There's a chance it might. Though if there's any troop that needs to get like the Divanish Bala treatment, it would definitely be Goblins. Like, they're definitely going to have to make it like 30% or 40% or something if they're going to add it to Goblins. That's like one of the only few situations where I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I still feel like Divine should be moved back to 50%. But I can definitely see 100% the justification for making Goblins have like a 30 to 40% mana start rather than 50. Because that would be absurdly broken otherwise. No, 20% would do nothing. Because it would just be the same as Anu. They'd have to make it at least 25%. So ideally like 30 or 40-ish within there. Because unless the goblin that's attached to is really good, you would never run it if it was that low of a percent. The 4 extra magic you would get would not be worth it if the troop isn't good at looping. Though it's a goblin, it should be good at looping, but it will be a legendary goblin, so it might not be. Like, it could have a really clunky mana accumulation ability where it'd be better to use something else. I'm still curious what would happen, though. Like, they're probably going to do it at some point. It's just very likely not to be 50%. It will likely be a lower value than 50. If you thought goblin teams were used so much throughout the entire history of Gems of War, just wait until then. We're really going to need an anti-freeze option, or a freeze option, I mean, to deal with them. Imagine if they did it around the same time they nerf Elementalists too, giving us even less options. Because that's one of the weird balances right now with Elementalists, is it's very broken, but it also makes some other things that are really broken not as broken. But then if Elementalist ever gets nerfed, there's things that are really broken, like every goblin team in existence becomes stronger. I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. All I know is Guild War meta is hilariously broken. They really need some hefty rebalance patches. Honestly, I still want them to add a restricted mode for Guild Wars. Not color restricted, but in the sense that you can only use certain things. Like, you can't use Empower a given Guild War, you can't use Mythics a given Guild War. Stuff like that. You can't use Empower a given Guild War. Like, if they just had role sets like that that rotate around, I feel like that would fix a lot of the stale meta issue that Guild War has. Because otherwise, it's just going to be Empower Book, Impervious Book, Stealthy Book, and the book into book. But, it's basically all book. Like, 80 to 90% of Guild War is book. Normally Empower Book. More often than not, double Empower Book. Because why go 1 Empower when you can go 2? Sometimes even triple Empower Book, though. I feel like those fall apart because once you kill Book, you just auto-win. Whereas double Empower Book normally have a backup plan that isn't just Book itself. And 20% mana would be like 100% for goblins, but they already have 20% though. Like, goblins right now literally have 20%. It doesn't even require a slot. It would do pretty much nothing. Because if unless the troop was insanely good, you would never use a 20% mana start goblin troop. As you would get more value from using a different goblin there that had a lower mana cost than it, and just using Anu instead. Because it would outweigh using... Like, using a better troop with a lower mana cost with extra turn would outweigh using a 20% mana start goblin. Like, at that point, you'd rather just give up the 4 magic for a better troop. If it was that low of a percent. Because in theory, you're getting more mana that way. If you replace like a 16 mana cost, 20% mana start goblin with like a 10 mana cost goblin that can loop a lot easier, you effectively just have an even higher mana start now. So they'd have to make it at least 30% if it was ever added. Otherwise, it's just worse Anu. So I'm doing it in this order to make sure we can kill. If I did in the other order, they actually would have slightly survived. And the main reason for that is doing Black Manacle first, make sure that Black Manacle gets the full amount of damage. Whereas depending on how Rowan splits his damage, it might not be enough to kill if we did it in inverse order. It's always something to consider when using an AoE into a split damage. You normally want to cast the AoE first, and then do your split damage. In this case, it does look like we're going to have double cast regardless, though. I would like my mana, please. Thank you. And now we win. I believe that was our final battle as well. Anything good in our loot? Probably not. Let's see where we're at. Grab our rewards. Oh, do I need to do another room? I didn't even think about that. We do. Actually a couple of rooms. Gosh, does this place a score that bad? Yeah, let's go do a few more then. Do I need like 1, 2, or 3? Oh, it's because that's a tier 1 room. I forgot. Primal Rift was like the 4th, 5th, 6th faction add to the game. So it still has like those tier 1 rooms. Honestly, tier 1s are scary. Despite it being the lowest rarity room or the lowest tiered room, it is one of the hardest fights, which is Dust Devil. We saw in the other one, and that can mess up the orientation of your team. But there's 2 that are really annoying. One is Dust Devil, double Dust Devil. So you basically get your team shuffled. You could wait until it reshuffles back into position, but more often than not, just super annoying and a waste of time. The other one is, there's actually a Devouring one. It's a really low chance. It's like 10% plus like extra 1% for every few brown. It's that one brown-green gerbil-looking thing. But that one's also kind of scary, because it can get a lot of value if it just randomly gets Devour. It's very unlikely to, but it has a low enough mana cost where it tends to on occasion. Or Guild War troops are only available in Guild War, that'd be funny. Shouldn't we say it's quite balanced? I don't know, it depends what kind of win rate they're aiming for Guild War. The problem with Guild War isn't necessarily that it's too hard. It's that it's too annoying. There's a difference. Like, I don't mind losing in Guild War. I just would like to lose to a way that isn't an infinite loop. Yeah, Gorbel, that's his name. That's his name. Hey, there we go. Now we got our last loot. There we go. And what do we get? Oh, Lisa Screen. Boo. Oh, Tribute's ready, though. But I believe that is all the things. Oh, nice. A 30 Tribute. 29 gems. Great to see. That's not the thing I want. Oh, I guess we go touch the World event real quick. Might as well. We haven't done it yet. Let me go help out the guild. World event's pretty straightforward. Just don't take Bunny Corn, and whenever you see the Emerald Giant thing, always take it. I want to make sure not to do too many battles, as we still need to go cover a video. Obviously, we're not going to be covering Tuesday teams, as already happens. However, we need to go get that video out. Also, probably no midday stream tomorrow either. However, we will be doing Fall Guys on Thursday. They're getting a new season. They're adding 8 maps, adding a bunch of new fun variants, and apparently a billion costumes, and we'll be grinding the season pass. Who knows, maybe we'll even stream it on Friday, we'll see. Definitely Thursday. Because after tomorrow, I should have a bit more time. How about having the AI choose your team only? Oh gosh. It's basically what Arena is, except you have slightly more choice. A roulette challenge. Honestly, I would love a roulette challenge kind of mode. Because in Arena, you have a bit too much choice. Like, it's not choice, but also choice. But having like a completely random team that you have to use would actually be fun. Like a mode where all you get are like somewhat balanced random teams. Like where it takes from a couple different tables. Like it'll have like the one overpowered troop table, then like the man accumulator table, and then like some other table and some other table. And then you got yourself a team of 4. I can see something like that working. I feel like the biggest issue with Arena, from a gameplay perspective, is for one, you're spending so much time picking your team. But the other thing is the lack of selection. You're playing in a mode that has no traits, so you don't have any kind of trait interactions. A lot of stats effects don't even do anything like stun. And it's just a really old meta of the game that's just never really been updated. And it's cool for like the classic style of what the game used to be. However, the game has moved way far away from what it used to be. And at this point, it almost just seems old, like doing Arena. Because Arena is theoretically the closest thing we have to what the game was like around when it launched. Not exactly, but pretty close. The problem with that is Gems of War was not that good at launch. It had the Puzzle Quest 3 problem, where at launch, like, it wasn't a bad game, but it's far from where it was today. And that's basically what Arena is. It's like what the game was around when it launched, which wasn't bad. but it has been improved over time. Something like Guild War with an arena pick, that would technically be slightly more balanced. Because that's the other issue with Guild War 2, is just you could use whatever the most overpowered broken things are at any given time. There's nothing stopping you from just going whatever's the most broken. And this helps defend teams a lot more than offense teams. And you can still beat them. It's just they have those really annoying infinite loops that you can't do much about. Which, when you're allowed to choose from anything in the entire game, will happen pretty often. As there are a lot of ways to infinite loop in this game. There's definitely not a handful. There's, like, entire categories of troops that can do it. Speaking of which, hello, Truffle. So I'd like any amount of mana, please. How do I not have a Cascade? Fine, we'll swing a Truffle spam now. Oh, I didn't get enough mana. Come on, just a little more. He's so close. Just get your mana. There we go. Now we won. It's over. I'll take our Willow, and it's probably... Oh, wait! Oh, no, I meant to keep some battles, but I could always buy another tier if I do it tonight. Not that big a deal. It's only 150 gems. Plus we get a 3 of those little token thingies. If it wasn't for those 3 tokens, then it would be slightly problematic. The tokens are like 50 each. It's not too bad. Because if you break it down, it's like buying a... It's like buying an epic thing for 450 instead of 400. Like, you're slightly overpaying for it, but you're still, you know, getting some value there. Because whenever they show up here, it costs 400 gems to get the epic thingy. Whereas, if you do it off of tier 3 task for this, which is why I normally don't get it, it's the first one where you start getting technically negative value. If you do it off of here, it comes out to 50 per thing, which means you're actually technically spending 450 for a full medal rather than 400. They are getting a little bit of shards, some gold, and I guess some eligible troops that could theoretically be a mythic or something. But overall, I would say tier 2 is the best value. Tier 1, tier 2. If everyone in your guild does tier 2, pretty much with how it's structured, you'd be able to get it done every single time. Plus, you might have a few people in your guild go a little further. Oh, good. We got a Medal of Might now for later. We'll go surround it with magic, which is going to drive me crazy if I don't change its location. There we go. Not sure why I have to have it like that. But it'll bother me if it's not. Anyways, guys, that's going to probably wrap it up for now. We will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll still be covering the weekly video. Mostly going over the interesting pet that we have tomorrow, as well as all the other weekly things, like, you know, just Soul Forge and stuff like that. We'll have the video on Emeraldin up hopefully tomorrow at some point as well. Aside from that, we'll be opening our next Gem Dragon egg either tomorrow night if we get a perfect run, or realistically this Thursday when we inevitably don't get our perfect run. And aside from that, we'll do a midday stream Thursday of Fall Guys. They're getting a new season, so we'll do that. Maybe even on Friday too, but definitely on Thursday. No midday stream tomorrow though. But Thursday we definitely will, and Friday we probably will. We'll see. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you later. Thank you so much for stopping by, and have a wonderful week. Best of luck with everything. Stay safe out there. Catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.